Good type has secrets. And so these are secrets that we would normally unlock in our software with OpenType. Alternative characters are really a letter-by-letter replacement for other letters. We saw some of that earlier with the Neue Kabel. And these existed in metal type. They've always existed in type in general. We just happen to use OpenType to kind of unlock those things. And, oh, well, let's see. Who can guess the typeface? Anyone want to try? No. No. Yes, avant-garde. Thank you. Very good. So avant-garde, Gothic, actually started out as lettering for a magazine in the late 60s, and then it became a typeface after that. So Herb Lubalin, who designed it, with the help of Tom Carness, created this typeface. And this happened at ITC. And so, like I was saying earlier, there were technological motives, I think, that affected the design of avant-garde, because without the constraint of the physical body of the metal, you could really get letters that overlap in quite extreme ways that weren't possible before using photographic techniques. And so you see this in a lot of the ITC back catalogue. You can see these alternative characters, they've been swapped out. It was really lovely that that K can sort of hug the M. That would have been very, very hard in metal, if not impossible. Ligatures, in some ways, could be a way to resolve that in metal. So a ligature would be where you would take the K and the M and put them on the same piece of metal, right, and swap that out. The ligature that's probably most used in Latin is the ampersand. Ampersand, I'm sure as many of you know, is created because of the Latin word for and, which is et, which is why the E looks like it's eating the T. And so things have changed over time. It's not so much like a time-based evolution, I think, for ampersands. It's more like there's been a period of tweaking, constant tweaking, where type designers are trying to find the right form for the ampersand to fit the voice of the letters that they're designing. And I think it's partially what's made it really interesting for designers and people in general. We all love an ampersand. So they can look quite rigid. They can look very free-form. They can look very fancy. And they're generally interesting. Other ligatures that you might find in your typefaces are things like this. You see the CK, SK, CT, and so on. And so these connecting letters, in this case, are discretionary ligatures, and call these loops, flourishes. They're here to generate more fanciness or detail, a particular aesthetic, which can really work sometimes. Just a word of caution, though, I do see some of these loops and flourishes in running text from time to time, and I have a hunch that it slows down reading because it's not expected. And you can get very carried away as well. It's actually a lovely example. I think it's lane types have a whole interesting range of typefaces that are based around ligatures and connecting pieces and so on. It's a nice experimental space. And there are many other secrets that we don't have time to go into. These are just some. Good type of secrets.